All right, everybody who is starting the 21 Day Fix or 21 Day Fix Extreme, I want to walk you through getting started. Well, I think it's simple. I needed help when I first got started, and so I want to make sure that you get started well. It's a simple program once you start putting the program into practice. So when you receive it, you have a getting started or start here guide. You also have your program. It's in a little trifold like this. Everything is right here. So all the DVDs, all the workouts are on these two DVDs. All right. So you'll open it up. You'll also have, I ordered the deluxe kit, so it came with this blue container. You'll also have all of your containers stacked inside one another with lids. So we'll get to those in a second. The best place to start is right here where it says start here. This guide gets you going with measurements. It's a measurement chart, so you can fill that in. Your before measurements are super important, as well as your before pictures. Also, listed inside, this is your workout calendar. It takes the guesswork out of what do I do today? On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. And then the last week, you do doubles. That's something you can choose to do, but it's how to push your results to the next level. I encourage my challengers to do that because it's just a little bit more of a push. But every day you know what workout you're doing. And while you might not be awesome the first time you do it, you're going to notice improvement each week. And honestly, this is a program you can continue to do and add weight, add intensity, and it never gets old. Mix it in with another program after a while, but the nutrition portion is what's really cool. There is also, it's not in this, in the book, there is a calorie converter. What I mean by that is you've got to do this calculation. You've got to put in your weight, and you've also got to, then you multiply it times 11. That gets your caloric baseline. Then you add the 450 calories that you're going to burn in this workout. And that gives you a number. With that number, you are able to put yourself into one of these categories. And you'll see the first category is 1,200 to 1,499 calories, 1,500. That will give you this many green, this many purple, this many yellow, this many blue, this many orange, in teaspoons. And you're like, well, what the heck goes in them? There's a list. Every color has a food list that goes with it. So here's your green container. All the foods listed here. And it tells you if it's chopped or if it's a size, like half of a large or a medium. Same thing with purple, with red, so on, yellow. So first off is that calorie conversion. You've got to do it to figure out what category you're in. Say you want to lose weight and you come up with a number that is 1,300. Well, you're in the 1,200 to 1,499. You're going to be allowed so many containers. So when it says you have 3 green per day, okay, you fill up your green container 3 times a day with any food from the green list. Make sense? Okay? So it starts to flow. So say you want broccoli with your dinner. One of these. Check. Say you want to have some sweet peppers and some snow peas. Let's do a stir fry. You can put enough in here to equal 1 serving and cook it up. There you go. It's a lot of food, honestly. Doesn't seem like much in this little container. Once it dumps on your plate, you'll be surprised at how much food you're actually having every meal, every day. So, this is showing you, what a well-rounded meal plan looks like. And in the back, there are even meal suggestions. There are recipes. There is a restaurant guide to help you when you go out. There are 3 different sample meal plans. And so you have all the tools right there if you look through this book. This is actually the extreme plan. So and there's one exactly the same for exactly the same size and the same look for the 21-day fix. The extreme plan is different than 21-day fix. The concept is the same. So this video is for anyone doing 21-day fix or 21-day fix extreme. So I want you to get started with your calorie calculator. Come over here and figure out your category. We talked about if you wanted to lose weight. Stick with the category you're in. Say you want to add muscle. Say you're doing a little bit more intense workouts. Maybe you're training for a run. You've got to listen to your body. This program is built at around 450 calorie deficit. If you start playing with it, adding more intensity, adding more workouts, you're going to skew your results. So I try to tell people, don't be a hero and trust the process. At least for the first 21 days. Understand how it works. Understand meal prep, okay? I love that I can measure out my oatmeal into my yellow, and you go, that's not a lot. It actually is quite filling. And then when you mix it with some berries, which is a purple, that's a lot of food. It's very filling. You're going to notice that you are full in your meals. And you're also eating every couple of hours. So say I have steel cut oats with blueberries. I've checked 1 yellow and 1 purple off for the day. Then I want to have a snack. And I want hummus. And I want those sweet peppers that come in that bag, and they're just all pretty colors. Hummus is a blue. My peppers are a green. If I wanted to, I could slice them up, put this lid on, throw it in my purse and take it as a snack to a soccer event or what have you. What if I want to have chicken and in a tortilla, and maybe I didn't have the hummus before, so I want avocado. I'm trying to show you how to mix it up. Avocados are blue, healthy fats. That would be all 3 of these containers, right? Say you wanted to put some tomatoes on there, but not the whole container. Well, now we're getting into greens. So you can really mix it up. What I like to do is I made a little tally sheet, and those are also in your book. You can print them off at teambeachbody.com as well, and I have a link for that. You can print off the tally sheets so that you can go through and check for your day. If you're in this your meal 1, how many greens do I had? I do this every day. I have it on my fridge. I make sure that I go through, and then at the end of the day, I might see, oh, dang it, I still have a red and a green. Well, I need to have a protein, and I need to have a veggie. And guys, Shakeology is a red. Yay! So the way I make my Shakeology, on the 21-day fix regular program, or regular meal plan, I make it with frozen blueberries, Shakeology, water, and ice. Done. For me, that's heaven in a glass. Somebody else might want to put avocado in their Shakeology. Make it a little creamy. Yep. Maybe use an almond milk. Here's where it gets a little tricky. You can use almond milk, but you have to replace it for yellow. And you could only do it a couple times a week. That's also in your program. So you've got to read through this thing. You don't just go, sweet, I got this great program now. What do I do with it? This is here for a reason. It's all in here. It takes you through everything. So I'm going to talk about the extreme plan for just a second for those of you who are doing that. So 21-day fixers, or listen up because this might be your next challenge. With a 21-day fix extreme, you have 2 options of meal plans. You could stick with a meal plan that's very much like the 21-day fix. You use all of your containers every day. The only difference is some of the foods are missing. We're trying to dial in our nutrition, and the bottom third of all food lists are missing. Still a lot of food. So you can stick with that, and it's called the extreme plan. But say you have an event in 21 days, a wedding, a reunion, a vacation, and you're like, ooh, I really need to kind of get serious right now. Do the countdown to competition plan. You're going to be doing what's called carb cycling, okay? And you're going to carb deplete or cut out most carbs, fruits. You cut out those healthy fats, and you focus on proteins and veggies and 1 carb a day. At least that was my calorie category. It's hard to say. Calorie category. That was my calorie category. And so on those days, it was 6 reds, 3 green, 1 yellow. That's it. And my teaspoons, my 3 teaspoons, which are coconut oil. So I would cook my veggies in coconut oil. I would have oats, and I would put my coconut oil in my oats after it was cooked, and it melted in there, and I sprinkled it with cinnamon. That's how I started my day. That program, you are doing countdown to competition or carb depleting 5 out of the 7 days each week. And the last 3 days, you are carb depleting, kind of like the final push home. A little different. You're going to see faster results. You're going to build more muscle. You're adding a lot more protein. It's mentally tough. It's not meant to do more than 21 days, just because we shouldn't deplete our body that much. But then there's another option, which isn't in the program, but we kind of figured out. You can take the countdown to competition plan, flip it. It's called countdown in reverse, or that's what we called it, coaches. Instead of doing countdown 5 days a week, countdown to competition 5 days a week and extreme 2 days a week, right? Flip it. Do extreme 5 days a week and carb deplete 2 of those days. So you're still getting those carb deplete days, but you're just not getting quite as many of them. That you can maintain. That is carb cycling, not carb depleting. That's absolutely something you can do more than 21 days. So I hope that gives you a plan of action. If you're gonna meal prep, say on a Sunday night, you would bake up a bunch of chicken. You would cut it up and fit it into these containers. 1 serving into your Ziploc. 1 serving into your Ziploc. 1 serving. You've already portioned it out, right? Same thing with veggies. Steam a bunch of veggies up. I like Brussels sprouts, so I like to roast those. We would make them in a big batch. And then when it was time to eat, grab your green, scoop them into a green, good to go. I like doing that ahead of time, even with oatmeal, because it's grab and go. So those of you who have busy schedules, it's super important that you kind of have a flow. And I have meal plans in my groups, kind of a guideline, not a hard and fast rule, but these are things that have worked in my groups and we've come up with as coaches that have been like our real life solutions, and sharing them with you to help you get the most out of this program because it's an incredible program. So I hope that helps you understand it a little bit more. Every day you're doing a workout. Every day. You've got to stick with that. It's 30 minutes. And the program is designed to go hand in hand with that workout. That 450 calories you add back in, that's your workout. Because you're not going to deplete your body of nutrition. You want to feed your body to have results. So I want you to get over that thought that you have to take out a ton of calories in order to have good results. Not actually. You've got to feed your body. You've got to put food in there for it to burn, right? Well, that's the truth. There is no right. Yes, that's how it works. You might feel for the first few days like this is a lot of food. It might feel like a lot because you haven't been eating enough. That's what happened to me. I hadn't been feeding my body well and I wasn't having results. Now, my body is strong. It's responding. It's maintaining. And I'm happier. I am full. I have a plan. I have a flow. I know exactly what my body needs. It takes the guesswork and the standing in front of the refrigerator or the pantry going, what do I feel like? And flips it with, all right, this is what I have left. This is what I have to work with. So get the junk out of the house, clean house. Don't put yourself in situations where you're going to be tempted. And if you know you're going to be in those situations, have a plan. Prep. I take Shakeology with me everywhere. I will take a snack with me everywhere. We are a soccer family, and I know for a fact that this weekend we are going to have a tournament. So guess who's going to have her containers packed up and ready to rock? Me. So I hope that explains everything to you and helps you get started on the right track. All right? So happy fixing!